So this is my Austin 7. It's now August 2016. I think the last video I made was in 2013 that I posted to YouTube. As you can see, it's now in lots of bits. What you realise is when you build a car like this is that the first part is getting it finished, and the next part of it is actually a development project and making it work properly. So I've got a few thousand miles out of it. I moved to Sri Lanka quite soon after I finished the project, so after that I only now get to sort of do about a few days work on it every 6 months. I come back twice a year, so I took it to bits over last Christmas, and now I'm back it's August, I'm back in England, and I'm just doing some bits and pieces. I'd hoped to get the engine back in, but the cylinder block didn't come back from the reborers in time. This is the engine. This was beautiful and shiny when it went in. It is now horrible and oily. When we did the engine, it was done on a budget. John Sutton made a lovely job of it, but we took a risk that the bores were good enough. The pistons were a good enough fit into the bores. We didn't rebore the block, but as it turned out, the first 1,000 miles was fine, and after that it just started burning lots of oil, and it was oiling up the plugs every 50 miles. So I want to take it to France next year, so I have to get this running properly. And so yeah, sent it off to be rebored. I'm using second-hand pistons with new piston rings. That's come to about 500 quid, and that should be on its way back next week, but it's going to be too late, so I'll be back to Sri Lanka before that comes. Unfortunately, it's a 3-bearing engine. I didn't realise when I built it that the 3-bearing engines are really weak and break their crankshafts, but I have bought since then a 2-bearing engine project, but that's something to do over the next few years. It's I've got a 2-bearing engine, early one, and also a 2-bearing crankcase, so that'll be stuff I'll do over the coming years. But yeah, but first of all, I'll get this engine. This engine is basically together, so I'll just get this engine running first. Another big improvement is I had this horrible, nasty, early prop shaft, which I thoroughly recommend you don't use in your build. It is Heath Robinson, awful piece of technology. The rubber gator just split to shreds, covering the underside of the car with grease, and this washer is, if you look at it, it's just rubbish, really. I mean, I presume they work in a day, but it's just an awful thing. So I bought this Hardy Spicer prop shaft from eBay. I can't remember how much I paid for it. It was quite a while ago now, but that meant changing the flange on the back axle, which I've just done. That was really difficult to get off. I bought a hub puller and pulled so hard in it that I bent the other flange. You have to apply heat, and it did actually ping off eventually. And I bought this again on eBay, this replacement flange, and I've got this later gearbox off eBay as well, which came with the flange. So that's going to go in. So I'll put the new prop shaft in. I'm going to have to do some alterations to the body, which I haven't left quite enough clearance for the bigger prop shaft, but I can just fiddle around with that to make that fit. The other thing I did in the original build, which was not a great idea, I used these early brakes, which are rubbish. Basically, I decided I needed to change them. This where the car is now down in Deal at my parents' house in Kent, and on one drive down from London, I got to some traffic lights and was doing about 50 on the A2, and the traffic lights changed as I was coming up to them, and the car just wasn't going to stop. I just shot straight through. So I need to change the front brakes, and these are going to change to these late Ruby semi-Girling brakes, which I'm going to do. I don't know, I might do that next year. I need to build a new axle. I need to put new stub axles on to take those back plates, and then get all the Bowden cables set up. Also going to put cast brake drums on the back. Already got them on the front, so I'm going to put those on the back, which they're supposed to work better. Yeah, so it's all good. Getting there, lots to do. Best improvement is this shed. When I went to Sri Lanka, I put the car in one of those car storage places, but you can't really run a car from a car storage place if you're working on it yourself, because you need your spare parts collections, tools, and you need to be able to leave the car immobile like this if you're working on it for a long period of time. So yeah, this shed is a major bonus, and it's just the ultimate. If you're this way inclined, having an environment like this to work in is just the best. Just a lovely space, a lovely place to spend time. So yeah, it's all good. I think hopefully back on the road Christmas when I'm back, if I can do like a 3-day Barney on it, and then hopefully August 2017 I want to take it to France if it's running. Let's see.